This is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is June 9th, 2024, and this is a quick look at the NVIDIA split. NVIDIA is down a 10-to-1 split. It'll be trading at around $120 come Monday morning. And the thing is, if you're in already, great. If you're planning to get in after the split, I'm going to be taking a look at that, because that's one of the things me and another trader we were talking about. Should we get in before? We both were already in before. The thing was, should we sell and all, and should we buy more afterwards? Sell some? You know, it was a lot of decision stuff that we was thinking about. Should we sell? Should we sell part? Should we sell all? Should we buy back after the split? You know, what should we do? The thing is still, you may still have the same amount of money invested, so it really doesn't matter too much. But I'm going to take a look at some things and give you some things to think about here if you're thinking about purchasing NVIDIA. This is not a trade recommendation, because we all know trading is risky. So if you are interested in investing in the market, check with your financial advisor, check with your significant other, and make sure investing and trading is something that is actually suitable for you. And I'm going to take a quick look at a few other other companies and see what they did, and then I'm going to take a close look at NVIDIA. Let's start off with Apple. Apple has done a split in the past. Let's go over to the charts. These are the companies that I'm going to be looking at: Apple, Amazon, Tesla, and NVIDIA. But I'm going to maximize the Apple chart and take a look at it first. Apple, again, I like trading these splits. You know, the reason behind it, usually anywhere from 2 to 4 years, 2 to 5 years, they're going to double your money. You know, and that's the thing. You got a lot of people think I day trade all the time. No, I have some long-term positions on that have been out there forever, it seems like, to me. But that's the whole thing. And that's how, if you look at any investor who's been around for a long time, they're usually buying holds. But the thing is, when do you buy and what do you hold? You know, and when is it time to sell? You know, so that's what I'm not going to be looking so much at the sell. I'm going to be looking at the buy this time. And I'm going to be just looking at history, what has happened with these different stocks. Apple back in August of 2020 did a split, and it had a split price down to about $120 a share and all. And after its split, it still haven't reached its double price. Its double price from $120 a share to double, it has to be at $240, and it seems like it's been having a hard time to get there. But it's getting close, as we can see at this time. But the question is, you know, everybody is asking, like before, should have I bought it, you know, on that date, or should I have been in there before? You know, what should you have done? The thing that I'm seeing here with Apple, number one, watch your indicators, watch your plan for you to get into a trade. But here on Apple, as we can see after the split, it did do a little bit of a drop. Let me zoom in back here. Oh man, my thing getting ready to do this crazy stuff. Let me go back here, go auto, and there we go. That's better. This white line is where Apple split price, and we can see that this red line is the low, the all-time, the low after the split. So Apple did pull back a little bit after the split, really not that much. $20 off of really about maybe $20 off of $100. No, that's less than 20% and all pullback. That can be a lot. To some people, it's all still based on your position size and what your trading plan and your trading strategies are. You know, if that's a lot or not and all. But that really wasn't too bad. You know, and based on your indicators might have had you looking, and then deciding, okay, this thing maybe is hitting a low, and then you saw a higher low here, and then you were good, and then this thing actually never really looked back. And all. The thing is, though, with Apple, as we can see, although it has never really looked back, I'm going across the chart here, and these are weekly pivots. I mean, weekly candles. It hasn't reached that high yet. The high that it has reached is 199, and it's back at that high right now. Maybe this summer, and it's making a triple top at this time. The thing is, and then that was back in 2020, and it's just 2020. It's 2020 when it did a split, 4 to 1. and it's 2023. It's 3 years later. So we're still within that 5-year period of this thing actually being able to do that split. And we really haven't lost any money, and with Apple paying a dividend, you have been making a little bit of money on the way. And there's other strategies and other things that you can do if you're holding 100 shares or more. You can sell those covered calls, or you can sell puts if you're willing to buy more at a certain point. So as long as you have me with that position in my account, I tend to do those things. And if I end up getting called away, I ended up just selling puts below those positions and tried to get back into them at a price that I'm okay with. So, but that's Apple. Apple, again, it never really dropped no more than 20%, and it hasn't doubled yet, and it's been 3 years. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. The next one is Amazon. Amazon. And I'm again, the screen want to do a funny little funky thing. Amazon did a 20-to-1 split. This is a larger split than what NVIDIA is doing at this time. And when it split price, got it down to about 116 a share. It dropped all the way down to just above $80 a share. So that's 80 plus 20 plus another 20. That's almost 40. That's over 40%, maybe close to 50%, not quite 50% drop, on this stock that it dropped, But you can see that it made when this one split, it did do a little drop, and then it did a run up, and then it turned over and dropped on you, And as we can, let me go back to my auto size, and as you see, this is another one that hasn't reached its double price. Its double price is up here just below 220 that we are still waiting on, And I am holding some of these shares too, But again, like I say, you get where since you do have this kind of you are having where you're going to have this type of cash in your account, and it's all based on if you got 100 shares or more. You can do cover call strategies, you can do selling put strategies. They keep you kind of active around this position that you want to hold, that you are kind of expecting to be very bullish and to continue on the upside. But as what I'm getting at, as you can see, again, another one, it did a little pullback there, made a pop, did another pullback, and now it's been running up. They do tend to make pullbacks, but let's take a look at another one and see how it did. All right, and this one is going to be Tesla. Tesla is probably the worst one, and I do still have this stock and I've been trading it back and forth and crazy But Tesla was one that really hasn't really panned out the way I like it at all. But Tesla options, they're not as juicy as they used to be. They used to be like the NVIDIA options. You could make pretty good money selling those options around your position but Tesla's not quite there. Tesla split price back in, and let me just go take a quick look at my notes. Tesla split price was back in August of 2022, and it did a 3-to-1 split, and they got it down to $290. See, that was a much higher price. They probably didn't split this one down. They did get this price down low enough to get where you get the masses of people actually coming into this stock to actually push that price up the way it needs to be pushed up So it ended up, after the split, it ended up getting, these are weekly candles. This is monthly candles. Let me go to this is monthly. I'll leave it on the monthly. This is monthly candles. As you can see, Tesla did a crazy drop after it split. It came to a low here of $101. That's over a 50% drop. That's almost a 100% drop on that position. So that's when you heard me complaining about can't just sell the call, I need to buy the put also. So those are things that you can do, if you're holding this stuff you gotta get kind of like offensive too. You see the market dropping you gotta just follow your plans, follow your strategies, and sometimes you need to adapt to what's actually happening in front of you. My problem was I wasn't buying the put while this thing was dropping. I was selling the call probably every week, making a little money as this thing continues to drop. And then when it bounced, I ended up selling the call way up here, way out, and held it and let it rise. I got where I could not, for the life of me, I have a hard time buying these expensive options, because usually they don't work out for me when they're expensive like this and have to make a big move, because they usually have too much intrinsic value in them to really do real well on the buy side. But they work out real well, on the sell side. And as we can see now, Tesla had made this yellow line kind of identifies where it made its high. Right after it split, it made a high, and then it dropped. And as you can see, this current time right here, Tesla is still hanging. That position is still hanging down, close to over 50% down. Half of that is 140. It's a little bit above, so it's about 60% down and all. But if you sold calls and you sold some puts, around it, you've made some money back. That's the whole thing. I call it keeping myself whole. Keeping my account where it's not maybe making money, but I'm not losing money. So that's the thing right here. And the thing is, I just want to show you, they all don't work out like you expect it to. But this is still just back in 2022. This is just 2023. We do have time. But in order for Tesla to actually do a double, let me zoom out here and let you see. Yeah, my double line for Tesla, I realized after I started looking at this, it's above the high. It's above its all-time high. So again, it gets to me where I'm believing the split price that they went to was just too high for most people, And for most people to just jump in there and want to buy the Tesla stock, and pump it up to a price this high and all. Is probably this is about the price that it's going to hang out at for a while. It probably will be a few years before Tesla actually really even turns around and starts getting back above its split price and getting even close to its all-time high price. But that's how it can happen. But now let's go ahead and take a look at NVIDIA. And I like NVIDIA. NVIDIA is one where I realized the split price that it was going to go to was going to be around 100. Let me get in here like this. Let me get my chart right. Now NVIDIA, the thing is they adjusted the prices today. Look like where they're at before the price adjustment. The last split that they had. Let me get back to where we can see that. It's further back. It's way back here. I'm going to see if I can zoom right in here. I hope you can see that okay. Zoom right in here. The split price, it says $18. You gotta say that's 10 times that what it was before. So the split price on here, it was back in July of 21, and it was $180. You could 10 times that 18 and all. And what NVIDIA did right after it split, as you can see, it ran up. It ran up from 18 to 22, 23. It pulled back a little bit, and it ran all the way up to, this is what, November of 2021. It split that same year. And it almost reached a double price at that time. I know this was the high, because it was almost at that double and stuff. And it got close to it, right here at above $34, and from there it dropped. So at that point, it was at 90% and all. And now this is where it comes into your trading plan, your trading strategies. This thing started rolling over. And it rolled over, and all, and it's been flat. So now, that's what happened there. And it's low. It came back down below its split price. And it made a low down at $11 a share, so that's about $110 a share from its $180 a share. So it dropped almost again. These things can drop almost 100% against you. That's not like 90% against you, if you didn't take that profit at that 90 when it was almost at that double that you was expected to get and got out of that, or at least started, buying those puts, selling those calls if you had 100 shares or more, or selling those call spreads if you don't have 100 shares or more, in order to make some money while this thing is not moving in the direction that you expect it to move. So that's one of the things that you're going to have to do, if you don't plan, if just follow your strategy, follow your plan, and do it and follow it. That's the whole thing, because these things is going to just do what they want to do. And the other thing that I wanted you to see, that they may make a low somewhere below that split price before they actually reach that double. Because now what I'm going to do is zoom on out a little bit. So this right here, this white line identifies the split price. This line right here identifies the low price. This line right here identifies the price, that 90% price, almost double. But then right here identifies the price when you actually got that double. And we didn't actually really get that double until May of last year, on NVIDIA. Yep. So it did. It only took what, 2 years? NVIDIA split was in July of 2021, and then May of 2023, you had doubled your money in 2 years. So that's what happened last time with NVIDIA, and it was at a price. Its split price was at $180. This time, NVIDIA price. Let's go out here where we at now today. Today, right now, we're going to be looking at NVIDIA split price opening around $120. I think that's going to be a low enough price where you'll get a lot of traders coming in and want to buy NVIDIA. I think that's going to be a price where this thing can get pushed up, but we still got to be careful. It's going to be a lot of big guys who want to buy it. So again, they may not support this thing, and we may get a drop. And if we get a drop on this thing, still, we might get a drop down here somewhere to 80 or maybe below 80, right around in this area. I'm just looking at this back here, where it had this bullish looking pattern here and had a little demand pushing this thing back up. So if we do get a drop, we'll get maybe down here in this range, I would expect. And if we do go up, the thing, how fast NVIDIA can actually double for us, it can double in 5 months or less. July, August, September, October, November is what it did last time. It was at a 90% point in 4 months, 5 months, and all. So if you do want to get in NVIDIA, be mindful of your strategy, your plan, or whatever you're going to do, and trade accordingly, because this thing can move fast to the upside. It also can make a drop because a lot of the big guys, as you can see, this is a money flow line. A lot of money has gone into NVIDIA. I'm looking at this money. You'd want to support its position where it's at and not lose too much money on that. But they also may want to buy more. Since it's at a lower price, they can afford to maybe short this thing down to a lower price and buy at this lower price, then pump this thing back up. Don't know what's going to happen. Or it's at a low price, low enough, they can dump money in there and rush this thing back up in, like I say, 4 months, 5 months or so. Less than a year, less than that 2 years to 5 years, and this thing may be at a double. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm just kind of waiting to see what's going to actually happen here with NVIDIA. Like I say, I'm already in, and at this price here, I'll be looking to buy more and all. So, because again, I'm looking to hold this thing for a couple of years or more easily to see if I can double that money, double that position that I have. Again, that's all I really want to share. No trade recommendation, just an observation, what I see and what can happen. And we want to also be taking a look at the options and see what they're going to be like. Because, again, want to be selling some options, maybe selling some call spreads above this thing based on whatever direction it decides it wants to go. And that's it. That's all I really want to share at this time. This is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Hope this is being helpful and all. And let's get trading and let's make that money and stay on the right side of the market. Talk to you guys later. Hope you had a great weekend. Have a good one. Bye.